Coming up on today's episode, we're going over Thursday Night Football between the Dolphins and the Bills and get into some marquee matchups heading to NFL Week 3 weekend. All that and more coming up. Plus game picks. Coco, you ready? Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Talk from the Crib. I'm your host, Tanner Christian. Today's episode, we'll get into the NFL Week 3 action. We'll highlight some marquee matchups, going over Thursday Night Football. And first, if you're new, episodes are airing every Tuesday and Friday. It's available on all streaming platforms as well as on the website, sportstalkfromthecrib.com. Streaming podcasts on there. Check out our social media links. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Going to be doing NFL picks with Coco here. Hopefully we fare better. We did the Thursday night game, Dolphins and Bills. She refuses to go against Miami, and it backfired again on us. So we'll get into some videos up there on YouTube. It's at Feel the Heat Entertainment. Go check it out on YouTube and TikTok. So, as well on the website. The videos are posted on the website too. So first topic, let's get into Thursday Night Football. Bills defeated the Dolphins 31-21. Josh Allen, 213 yards passing, 3 TDs. James Cook ran for over 100 yards. He had 108 total and a touchdown as well. Tua, only 146 passing yards, 2 TDs. Hill and Waddle each caught one this week. But that costly interception with 3 minutes to go, down 28-21, sealed the deal for Buffalo and doomed the fate of the Miami Dolphins. I mean, going into the game, we all felt nervous. We were like, oh, Thursday night, Miami talking about fans want Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer fired right now. They want Tua gone right now. And we knew we had expectations were real low, but we were kind of holding on to it. We thought maybe we'd get beat by 40. I thought it would be like 52 points the Bills may put up. I felt like at times they were holding back. But Miami came out, opening drive, touchdown. Things looked good. We were like, okay, Miami, coming to play tonight. They have a message to be sent because what everybody in the media and the fans are saying about them started off great. But in that first drive, guess what? Josh Allen, boom. Next drive, guess what? Josh Allen, boom. The defense just can't stop anybody. There's nobody on it. Who's in the secondary? We don't know. Minka Fitzpatrick, we don't know if he's still in Pittsburgh or if he did actually get on a plane and put on a Miami Dolphin uniform yet. Kenneth Grant, the rookie, where are you? We don't know. Tua, Tyreek's open again. I can't get him the ball. Averaging a poultry like 4 yards. I think for the game, it was a little over 4 yards per attempt. There was at one point in the game where he was averaging under 2 yards per attempt. All this dinking and dunking here. Throw it out the A chain real quick. Hopefully he makes a few guys miss, gets down the field. Same with these little intermediate routes with Waddle and Tyreek. It's gotten bad. And it happened again in typical Miami fashion. They have you believing like, whoa, they're in Buffalo. Primetime game. Whatever you want to say about them, they're in it. They're in the hunt. And then Tua turn up all over. Throws the interception. Right to him. Basic, easy coverage. And it's just like, if you can't dial up a play for him, and it is not there, good luck getting it to happen. Bad things will happen. And it happened again for him on Thursday night. So, where we go from here? Well, for Buffalo's sake, they're 3-0. They're looking like the well-oiled machine like they are. Josh Allen could potentially get another MVP. This team is going to be a Super Bowl contender, obviously. They're going to win the AFC East. Going to see who they face. Maybe they have a Baltimore in the AFC Championship with them. We're going to see that, how the season plays out. But Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills may be on the verge of finally winning that Super Bowl. As for Miami, the schedule does get a little easier. They got the Jets next at home. So we're thinking, hey, they got the Panthers on the schedule. You got some teams on the schedule coming up where we can possibly get some wins. Now, if we lose next week to the Jets, who knows? I think Justin Fields is out this week, for the concussion protocol, and they start Tyrod Taylor. But if that happens next week and they lose, I think you may be seeing the change. If not, then, if it depends on how these next 2-3 games really go. They may have to fire Mike McDaniel, and at the end of the year, firing Chris Greer. It's that bad, and it's going to get worse because I'm not looking forward to it. I'm still going to be a fan. Grew up liking Miami. Coco Bean's still going to be picking them every week for the win. But we'll see what happens. But Dolphins are in some trouble. Tua, they have to move on. End of the year, they got to move on. Eat the cap hit and just move on. All right, let's get into some marquee matchups happening this week. And we got some good ones. And one of them was, I really highlighted kind of start last week for myself. But then everything started happening. Joe Burrow got hurt. J.J. McCarthy's hurt. Cincinnati at Minnesota. I don't even know what to make of this game now. The Bengals are still 2-0. Minnesota's 1-1. Of course, Burrow will be out 3 months with that turf toe injury. J.J. McCarthy will probably be out another 2-3 games with the high ankle sprain at least. So now we got Jake Browning and Carson Wentz starting for Minnesota. Who knows? Maybe Kevin O'Connell can bring Carson Wentz back to life a little bit. He's been 6th team in 6 years. He was backing up Pat Mahomes last year in Kansas City. Started the final game of the regular season where it didn't matter. I remember Carson Wentz. He wasn't too good in Indy. He didn't have that good stint in Washington. He hasn't really recovered, in 6 years since that injury he had. So, he played for the Rams for a little bit too. What was that, a couple years ago? So he's bounced around quite a bit for over the last 6 years. And Jake Browning, he filled in for Joe Burrow a couple years ago when, remember, he had the wrist injury. I think it was like 7 games he filled in for Joe Burrow. So he has experience, obviously, in the system and for the Bengals. But they're 2-0. And they have one of the worst defenses in the league. And now you lose Joe Burrow. I expect Cincinnati to fall off. But you never know, right? Minnesota, Carson Wentz, can he save Minnesota's season? These questions we're really asking ourselves already in week 3. I'm just intrigued to see this game. I want to see how they play. I want to see how both these teams respond. I just want to see how Carson Wentz has anything left in the tank. And I want to see how Cincinnati responds. Because you imagine if they win this game, they'll be 3-0. So come on, man. That's giving them a chance. They can win some of these games. End of the year, Joe Burrow does come back. If it's possible, they'll be in the playoffs, in the playoff hunt. I can see, maybe they're not doomed after all. But this is a game I had to put on here, and I was just intrigued by it because I kind of want to watch it just to see what this Jake Browning and Carson Wentz matchup will be. I wanted to see if he gets the ball to Justin Jefferson. I want to see if Browning gets the ball to Jamar Chase. I want to see the wide receivers step up. Bailey's, be number ones. We haven't seen too much of them in the first few weeks of the season, so I'm just gonna roll with Minnesota. I guess I'm gonna roll with Carson Wentz. I can't believe I'm saying this now in 2025. I'm gonna pick Carson Wentz to win a football game. But I am. All right, the next one is a good divisional matchup. Broncos at the Chargers. Broncos are 1-1. Chargers 2-0 on the year so far. Jim Harbaugh's second year here with the Los Angeles Chargers. I still want to say San Diego so bad. But last week, Broncos lost a heartbreaker, right? In Indianapolis, had the game won. Daniel Jones somehow makes the thing work, and then they lose on a field goal because they had a penalty, and then it was a chip, ended up being a chip shot, and Colts win. So the Broncos really lost that heartbreaker. The Chargers, this is going to be their first game at home, because remember, the first game was in Brazil. So this is actually their first home game of the year, and they've been playing really well. Bo Nix versus Justin Herbert. It's going to be the storyline here. Bo Nix in his second year. He struggled a little bit last week, missed some throws in the second half. When the Broncos had that big lead, they couldn't really move the ball too much. But on the year, he's 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 382 yards. Justin Herbert is 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, already at 560 yards. We're starting to see a little bit of the old Justin Herbert. Last year was very manageable. They had a run game. He had a horrific playoff game last year. And, it didn't look right. But now, in year 2 into the system, you brought back a familiar face. You brought back Keenan Allen. You had Ladd McConkey, who pretty much, it was Ladd McConkey or bust in the passing game last year. So now, Quentin Johnson's come on as well. He was horrific. Remember, not too great in the rookie year. He wasn't very good. And, first round pick, man, where are you? When are you going to make the outcome? When are you going to show your abilities? When are you going to step up? Well, this year, so far, he has. He has 3 touchdowns on the year already. Keenan Allen has 2. So there's your 5 touchdowns. Justin Herbert's looking for him. They're playing well. And bringing back that familiar face in Keenan Allen. Now you're all opened up again. Now you have Ladd McConkey. You have Quentin Johnson stepping up and actually being, prolific out here. And you had Keenan Allen, a guy, he's never been a burner, but he's one heck of a route runner. His footwork and everything, he's just always open. No matter if you're guarding him with double teaming him, face up, man to man, it doesn't matter. You got what kind of defense you're in. He somehow just gets open. And he's doing that again this year for him. Played last year with the Bears. He had a pretty good year despite all the rookie problems with Caleb Williams. But now he's back in the Chargers offense. Remember, in this Chargers offense, it's kind of reminded me of something similar that used to be there. When Keenan Allen was in the prime, you had Mike Williams, you had Joshua Palmer. That was a good trio of wide receivers that works really well with Justin Herbert. Joshua Palmer's now in Buffalo. Keenan Allen had moved on last year. He was with the Bears. And now it's coming full circle again, right? And I expect big things from Justin Herbert this year. And I expect the Chargers to really come out of this division. And this would be a big telling game, divisional game here with the Broncos going forward. I like the Chargers coming out of the AFC West and possibly making a good playoff run this year. This got to get Amari and Hampton, the rookie and the running game guy. They brought in Najee Harris. Amari and Hampton has got to get going in this running game for them to have some balance when they start facing a little bit tougher competition and getting closer to the playoffs. And we don't want it to happen like last year. That's for the Broncos of Bo Nix. A la Sean Payton thinking this guy is Drew Brees. He plays like him. It's just a learning curve a little bit with Bo Nix. I like Troy Franklin, his former teammate, is with him now in the pros. We saw a little bit of it last year, but 12 catches and a touchdown. He had, a little over 80 yards last week. I expect that connection to be stronger. And you got to get Cortland Sutton going in the passing game as well. Use those weapons, man. And you got Mims, the speedster. I expect this to be a good game. I want to roll with the Chargers. Like I said, I'm a big Charger believer. I like Justin Herbert. I like the way this offense is going. If they get the running game going this weekend and the coming weeks, really look out for this Charger team. Okay, and the next one I got here is the Cowboys at the Bears. This had to do this one, man, because last week was just wild in that Cowboy game. I just can't believe what I was watching. They come out with this victory, in overtime against the Giants. What was it, 40-37? Aubrey hitting, hey, who cares, man? Hit the 67-yarder for the send this game though. It's overtime. Hit the game winner. It's just crazy how you have to rely on the kicker. They hit like 70-yard field goals for you to win a game because your team can't play a lick of defense, and you shouldn't be this bad. You just let Russell Wilson drop over 400 yards. He looked like he was washed, and now you looking like an MVP Hall of Famer when he played against you. So, I mean, he's out there thinking he could do something now. Like, come on, man. I'm still believing Russell Wilson is washed. I don't believe Neighbors is the guy that's going to bring all that out of him. Try to get something out of him. I put it that way. Because I think Dart is still going to be the guy starting at some point going forward here. But even though Russell Wilson, hey, he had a great game. Brian Dow was like, I'm sticking with Russell Wilson. And he goes out and throws for over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? Russell Wilson did that? Like, I think that was more of a fluke on his part because we're playing the Cowboys. So anyways, Cowboys, Bears are 1-1 now. Bears are 0-2. We've seen the struggles of Caleb Williams on the other side of the ball too. So, opening drives, right? Caleb Williams looks awesome, looks fresh, like this in the offense of Ben Johnson, this slinging it, being so accurate. And it's like after the opening drive, it seems to kind of steadily decline as the game goes on when it comes to him. That's why they're 0-2. They got blown out last week. The Lions put up 52 points. Their defense hasn't been that great, but they've had a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. I think that Jalen Johnson's going to play in this game. We'll see what happens here. So, can't get blown out. Can't let the other team score 52 points. That's how you're going to come out anyways. But Caleb Williams, the only thing I'm concerned about when it comes to him is his trajectory. Like I said, he starts off the game so well. And you look at his numbers so far the first 2 games, you're looking like he looks more of the same. And QBR right now 58.1, completion percentage 61.5, passing yards 417, 3 TDs and a pick in the first 2 games. You look at last year's numbers, he was about 62.4% for the whole year, 3,958 yards, 23 TDs, 7 interceptions. If you kind of just take that trajectory from what he's done so far in the first 2 games, it's going to be about those numbers. Give or take a little bit here. I think it's going to be like 3,700 passing yards, maybe 25 TDs, maybe a couple more interceptions. That's just a trajectory. It looks like he's on the same pace. And that would be only my concern when it comes to Caleb Williams, because he has the talent. We see those glimpses. We see the wild, crazy throws where he's able to get it in there. We see the way he can get it downfield and whatnot. It just doesn't seem to sustain itself through the course of a game. So if he ever gets that right, this offense can be something. Because look, Ben Johnson in the offseason, when he took over this team, built it like Detroit. Okay? Brought in the offensive linemen. You have Rome Odunze, who's having a great year so far. You have DJ Moore. You had a Cole Kmet, and you draft Loveland. You also drafted the rookie Burden. Zacchaeus has been a pretty good slot receiver so far. He's super underrated. He played so exceptional when he was Atlanta Falcon. So you have the talent on the offensive side of the ball. Let's get it going. DeAndre Swift, backfield. You got Roshan Johnson. You got some okay runners. Not like the best in the league. But in this offense, this can work. He had DeAndre Swift when he was in Detroit. So he knows how to make this work. And it's just up to Caleb Williams to execute. He has the offense to do it. And then we'll see how much he really grows. He needs to stop playing hero ball when his team gets down and just, go through his progressions and just slow his mind down where he doesn't have to, chuck the ball between triple coverage and, to Rome Odunze or something and, thinking it can be complete. That's when he gets in trouble. That's when he gets his picks, when he's scrambling out of the pocket. for 10, 15 seconds. That's when he fumbles or takes a sack or, something happens. He's just got to believe in himself that he doesn't have to do all that. You have the talent around you to make you look awesome. This is a matter of executing. And on the other side of the ball, we got Cowboys here. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. Everybody was having a field day last week against the Giants. So can they go into Chicago and get a victory? Absolutely, they can. It's the Cowboys. They're another team. They're a team kind of like Miami. It's like you expect something going into the game. Something big is going to happen, right? It's the Cowboys. Something leading up to the game is going to happen. How they enter the facilities is, something's going to happen. They could be up 20 points in this game, but something's going to happen. And it may not be good. It's usually not the good stuff. They could be down 20 points. And something's going to happen. They're going to come back and tie it up, make it a game. And then the drama's going to unfold at the end. You're like, oh, like something's going to happen. And I would always use that. Like, how about them Cowboys? Famous Steven Johnson quote. And this is how the Cowboys have been. I mean, geez, Jerry, it's been years. It's just something's going to happen every time. And it's great TV. It's great drama. This is like, but you want to win the football game, Jerry. You guys got to execute. You got to win the football game. Don't get your hopes up and then come crashing down. Don't go on a big 2-3 game win streak and then all of a sudden something happens. But in this game, I mean, the Bears defense been so bad, and the Cowboys defense has been so bad. So we expect a lot of scoring. It's going to happen in this game. I'm going to go roll with the Chicago Bears, and as iffy as I am with this, I can't put my faith in Dallas either. Like this game, I'm going to have to roll Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Throw the ball deep to DJ Moore, man. He's open. Roman Dunze is open. Tight ends are open. Let's execute, Caleb. I'm going to roll with the Bears. I expect some high scoring. I expect a lot of touchdowns in this game. So, I mean, watch it be like 20-17, like knowing my luck, right? But I'm rolling with the Bears. I expect scoring. Come on, we can't have a little scoring. Let's have some fun out there. Let's execute. And yeah, let's get a good Caleb Williams. I'm so hesitant. It's so like I just don't know about this game either. It's kind of like that Bengals Vikings. You just don't know. There's a lot of games this weekend. We just don't really know. Like Colts, Tennessee. Is Daniel Jones really going to lead the Colts to the 3-0 start? Daniel Jones? Or is the rookie Cam Ward got something to say about it? There's so many weird games this week where you just don't know what's going to happen. And you just expect the unexpected. Okay. That's all I got. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. And thank you all for joining me here on Sports Talk from the Crib with your host, Tanner Christian. Remember, new episodes are every Tuesday and Friday. It's available on all streaming platforms. So check out the website at sportstalkfromthecrib.com. Podcast streams on there as well. You'll see Coco being in my, NFL game picks for the week. You'll see our videos. You'll everything's there. Our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Shorts. We got on TikTok now. So go ahead and check us out. Give us a follow and subscribe on those. It's at Feel the Heat Entertainment. Go look it up. Feel the Heat Entertainment. Thanks for joining me again. I'll see you all on Tuesday.